Yeah, the music at least for Storm, for some soundtracks, wasn't it, in my opinion. But you know, Jiraiya ain't gonna be standing there any longer. Oh, man, let me stop. I gotta say that, bro. I just had to say that. I'm sorry. Here we go, the cursed dolls, blah blah. Skip, 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 skip. We don't need these, to be honest. The cursed dolls were already captured already, so I mean, and the fragments chapter was already unlocked. Here we go. Here comes Shizune.
5代目。
You are to go to the sand, bro. Facts. It was my first Storm game as well, but not my first Naruto game. No. Since Clash Ninja was my first ever Naruto game, but yeah, my first ever Xbox 360 Naruto game was, well, the Ubisoft series. But it was Broken Bond that I started off with before Rise of a Ninja, though. And then I went back to Rise of a Ninja, but... Facts, same for me. Clash Ninja 2 all the way. The thing is that we had the Nintendo GameCube for a long while. Me and my brother had the Nintendo GameCube for years and stuff. And then our next system after that was the Xbox 360. We never got to play a lot of the consoles, you know, like... dropping throughout the years and shit. So you like Storm 3's boss battle. What's going on, by the way, Scott? So you like Storm 3's boss battle then? That was also a demo boss battle too, along with Minato against the Masked Man, or Minato versus Obito, that is. On Full Burst? Oh no, it was an actual it was a boss battle in general. The only thing exclusive on Full Burst was Sasuke and Itachi against Kabuto. That was the only one. That was an extra boss battle added, which was the continuation of Fragments chapter. But with but as long as you get Storm Legacy nowadays, back then and stuff like that, Full Burst was needed to do, like, you know, Full Burst was mainly more of a, you know, an upgraded graphics type of thing, as well as, you know, an extra boss battle and stuff. But that was about it. And not to mention, you do get Kabuto Sage Mode, or as we call him, Kabuto Maru, as a playable character. And I think Sasuke as well. I think there was a newer version of Sasuke playable too for Full Burst, but that didn't matter because that version of Sasuke's moveset and everything kind of changed, as well as its ult. So I mean, but But the third Hokage versus Ninetales battle was pretty much regular. I mean,
そんなんじゃ体が持たないって。気に食わねえんだってばよ。ね。あいつらが俺やガーラを狙う理由くらい俺にだってわかる。さくらちゃんももう知ってんだろ。俺ん中にキュービの陽子が封印されてて、暁に襲われたことがあるって。それは。ガーラも俺も。
It's funny because we used to have the I think we used to have the option to skip these scenes too. Back then we had the option to skip these. Creation of the Akatsuki, that one was not exclusive. That one was actually that was a story in Storm Revolution. I guess it was like, you know, a longer one. Long but short, because Storm Revolution never had a story. The only story Revolution ever had was the Mecha Naruto story in the Ninja World Tournament. Revolution only existed because of Ninja World Tournament being a battle royale type of thing. If Storm was for 4 players, that would have actually been added in Storm 4. But they really just ignored that. Guess it just wouldn't work out. The Fragments chapter stopped at Storm 3. Storm 2 and Storm 3 were the only ones that did the Fragment chapter. Storm 2 having the Fragments chapter where Sasuke goes to hunt down Killer B. Although it's done on a different stage and not the Hidden Cloud Ravine. Which Generation would later on add as a playable stage in Sasuke's, you know, in Generation as well as Sasuke's story. And then Storm 3 had the Fragment chapter. Storm 3 had the Fragment chapter where, what you call it? I think where Sasuke literally finally, after Sasuke transplants Itachi's eyes to him, they cover that Fragment chapter where he heads straight out, but he ends up having to face the Zetsus in order to escape. And this was like before, this was like during the war. So after Sasuke gets the Eternal Mangekyo, he heads straight out, which is Itachi's eyes. He heads straight out and faces off against the Zetsu in Storm 3. Then after that, the Fragment chapter part 2, Eternal Mangekyo, is pretty much where Full Burst comes in. But you don't have to technically worry about getting Full Burst now since we have Storm Legacy, and Storm Legacy gives you every DLC content in Naruto Storm in general. Man, the walking in Storm 1 was way better. Later games did a downgrade for that. Now, a special thing that I plan to do in this playlist that's different from the other Storm playlist when I was doing the story for each one is I plan to cover everything. Not just everything. I plan to also cover Storm 4's Adventure Mode. Storm 4's Adventure Mode DLCs for every, I plan to cover those as well. This is a very new special playlist, just like I did with Power Warriors. We'll do it with this one too. I was thinking of covering the whole Kazekage arc. Normally I stop my stream highlights in like an hour and shit, but
屋敷へ。おう。バキ。
手まり、それに木の葉の救援部隊か。
ガーラはどうなったんだってばよ。
残念ながら依然暁に囚われたままだ。
Man, I don't know why, but I get tired of the same animation frames being used in Storm, bro.
情報によると、奴ら暁はガーラを連れ、川の国へと向かったらしい。
川の国か。そんじゃこんなとこで鎮座のしてねえで、すぐに川の国に行くってばよ、カカス先生。
バキさん、我々はこれより風影奪還の任に入り、
すまん。助かる。
Team guys popping up too. Too bad their drip was bad when they popped up. Tenten had trash drip. Sakura has trash drip too. Let's not forget every other squad. Sakura's trash drip and Shippuden. Tamari looks mighty fun. Naruto had good drip, but you know his old classic drip in part 1 was better. But this one is drip too. Let's see who else. Shikamaru's drip is fine because he's wearing the tuning jacket. Lee's is fine too because he's wearing tuning jacket, so I can't bitch about that. The tuning jacket is total drip. Fire, what's going on? Storm 3's Storm 3's free roam was good. Especially since you can switch maps and shit and just teleport just like that. I don't even like Neji's outfit in Shippuden, bro. Tenten's outfit, bad. Tenten's old part 1 outfit was better, and the same for Neji, bro. Like, literally, everybody just like, I don't even know what to say. Guy's free roam is like, when you free roam with Guy, bro, you can go much faster, bro. Just look at that, bro. What do you expect from the world's greatest taijutsu master, bro? Ino ain't come back yet, because she ain't gonna be shown until the next arc. Storm 4 had to go and fuck up the free roam though, sadly. Because now it's slow and everything. I mean, yeah, the village has changed and stuff in Storm 4, but like, oh man. You need more training. You're out of shape. Here comes Kisa, man. Missed. Kisame's hidden miss jutsu. Oh my.
お久しぶりですね。
Kisame Hoshigaki. Wait a minute. Dareda omae?
知っているんですか、ガイ先生。
Who are you again?
誰だ おやおや、珍獣は頭の方も獣レベルのようですね。まあ、すぐに思い出させてあげますが。
こいつ、とんでもないチャクラの量だ。これが。
さて。
Then they get Lee and them trapped, and it's just Guy versus Kisame. Hajime.
始めましょうか。
Didn't Kisame's voice actor die? I think his voice actor died years ago. Anybody remember that?
いきますよ。
Yeah, I think it was the Japanese voice actor. He died in 2013. The Japanese one. Now I remember. It was the Japanese one. Around 2013. This was like halfway through Shippuden.
さすがにやるわね。
ならば、こちらも少々。
Which means his new voice actor is supposed to be let me see. After his voice actor Tomoyuki Don died, what happened to Kisame? All what I know is that his voice actor wasn't replaced. Now he was written off this anime. He was written off the anime by the time Don died. He would have been done voicing Kisame since his death happened like a year after the airing of the episode that depicted Kisame's death. So he died after Kisame died in the anime.
さて、それはどうかな。
And it says Kisame died. I remember that he died in the 251st episode of Naruto Shippuden. And that was like around 2009. The exact date is not specified, but it is within the time frame of Naruto Shippuden, which aired from 2007 to 2017. Kisame died by suicide. Yeah, we're fully aware he died by suicide. You don't even gotta mention that shit. We know he died by suicide because he refused to give out information on his comrades. I mentioned it on stream. Do you remember what stream it was? My mind's boggling. It was probably a different voice actor. Don't they need him for games? Okay, well, for connections, I can definitely say they probably just grabbed this voice with AI because Connection's voice in the dub was all pretty much AI. So they could have literally used that same voice actor but with AI. But Storm 2, I think Storm 2 give me one sec. Yokusu reaction! Storm 2 released around 2009. What the hell? Hold on, what am I looking at? Yeah, Storm 2 released around well, it was announced around 2009, but it released in 2010. A year after the announcement. While Kisame's Japanese voice actor died in 2013. I would have to say the last game that Kisame's Japanese voice actor voiced Kisame in was Naruto Storm 3. Storm 3 released in 2013. So he pretty much made it up to Storm 3.
終わったわね。
ああ、あとはリーたちだが。
大丈夫かな、あの二人。
So there hasn't been a voice actor in years to replace Kisame. Then again, there'd be no point because Kisame died in the anime around like years before the voice actor's death. So I mean, but what about for flashbacks though? What if they did flashback and stuff? Maybe they would have used the same voice or something like that. What if they did like certain filler episodes or something of Kisame's old days and stuff? Who would be voicing him? Not sure. But I know one thing for sure. For connections, they use AI. They use AI for the dub, but not for the Japanese. So for the Japanese would be a bit different because the Japanese voice actors are actually voicing their characters. But who would be voicing Kisame? I think for Kisame's voice in the Japanese, for Storm Connections or 4, they would just like use the voice lines from when he voiced Kisame in Storm 2 or either 3. That's probably the best bet. They could just be reusing the lines and stuff. That's probably what they did with Legacy when they dropped it, so I mean. Woo! Perfect! Nunchucks! Woo! Good combination, bro.
Saすがといったところでしょうか。なかなかに楽しいひとときでしたが、どうやら時間切れのようです。
お前は
残念ですが、あなたとの決着はまた今度ということで、その時までせいぜいくたばらないように。
That's true, and he's still alive as well.
なかなかの強敵でしたね。そっちも終わったようだな。ネジ、テンテ、無事でしたか？ああ、なんとかな。
Neji's death was really robbed. We got robbed of Neji, bro, for no reason. Stupidest death in the series, bro. Not as stupid as Kurenai trying to use Genjutsu against a Genjutsu specialist like Itachi. And I ain't talking any Genjutsu specialist. I'm literally talking somebody with a damn visual jutsu, bro.
みんな、奴の目的が気になるのはわかるが、このまま足を止めているわけにはいかない。
確かにネジの言う通りだ。今はカカシたちとの合流を急がなければならん。
But then again, what Kurenai tried to do was a visual genjutsu. So I mean,
よし、考えるのはまた今度だ。今は先に進むぞ。おっせ。
What people don't understand is that Boruto is literally the Boruto series is literally the outcome and the outcome of the peace that was hard to attain. People can hate on Boruto, but at the end of the day, that is the peace that every ninja fought to attain. Even though it's still not at peace because the manga is going crazy right now and we have other crazy shit going on that I can't even keep up with. Ah, yes, the woman that hates foreigners, Granny Chio. Boruto was just hated in general. I would say it's mainly because of the start of the episodes and, you know, how they are and stuff. Yeah, it had a lot of filler, man, but there were even some non-filler episodes, too. It was just stupid in general. They tried giving us other arcs and stuff, but those arcs turned out to be utter dog shit. What people wanted in Boruto was just for them to get on with the main event and stuff. They didn't want all these dumb, trashy episodes and stuff. They had us do an arc called, what was it? Mujina arc, where they had to find this Mujina gang or whatever. I don't know, man. All the episodes were just complete garbage and stuff. Boruto's first day, like, Boruto getting to his first day at the academy and literally trying to, like, mess things up and shit. Crashed a fucking train into the Hokage stone faces, bro. Like, being the pampered child of the 7th Hokage, bro. Like, come on. I mean, shit, some of the openings were good, but I mean, some endings, man, but eh. And it's like, just because I hate Boruto doesn't mean that I'm not going to watch it. I still watch it. I'm on current, and right now, you know, we're on hiatus for it, so I'm waiting for that. And I think the one thing I hate about Boruto is one of the episodes where he believed that he awakened the Byakugan and wasted everybody's damn time popping up some stupid shades from a TV show or a movie show or whichever. He was like, hey dad, oh my god, I learned the Byakugan. Or what he meant to say was the what was it? Oh god, Tensagon or whatever it was that lets you see dark chakra and stuff. Itachi, here we go. And you know, Tensagon is like a very old it's like a very old eye that was mainly introduced in the Naruto the last movie. So I'm just confused of why they even thought to bring it back now.
いきなりですか。
こいつ、
ウチハイタチ。
イタチ。
久しぶりですね。カカシさん、ナルト君。
こんにゃろ。俺だけじゃなくガーラまで。お前らは俺がぶっ潰してやる。
そろそろ一緒に来てもらうことにするよ。
I mean, I'll admit where Boruto was at in the manga, it's pretty good.
なめんじゃねえ。
Not to mention the fact that in the manga, Sarada, like most of what's his name? Most of the characters in Boruto, most of the female characters in Boruto have been sexualized
こいつは俺がやる。
in the manga. Just thought I'd mention that. Because Kishimoto is not doing Boruto. A man named Ikemoto is doing Boruto. And
と言っても別に黙って
from what I can see, Sarada and Shocho look sexualized in the series, in the manga.
本当は
Sumire as well, too.
先に急げと言いたいところなんだけどね。俺もこいつ相手じゃ一人で抑えきれない。
了解。戦闘開始。
こっちだ。かわせろ。遅い。かわせろ。こいつでどうだ。こいつでどうだ。こいつでどうだ。こいつ。勝つには勝ったが、なんだこの違和感は。さすがはカカシさん、戦い慣れている。
Koryo's Kenshin thing. I do not care for people like Koryo's Kenshin, nor any of those other
今回は
content creators.
ここまでです。
It's not even the real Itachi, bro.
消えた。
That's a spy from the hidden sand.
今の弾き方。
ああ、どうやらあやつの役目はただの時間稼ぎだったようじゃの。
時間稼ぎ。
うん。先ほどのやつの行動
I don't like Koryo's Kenshin. I don't really like those type of YouTubers.
どうやら間違いないようじゃな。
Oh.
やつらは
All I know is that something about him and a woman or whatever, bro, and it just popped into my feed, bro, and it's like, this is the price you pay for becoming famous, bro. This the price you pay for becoming famous and, like, you know, well known and stuff, bro. See why I'd rather just remain who I am now and not be well known, bro. Think I want my face over the internet all the time, bro?
それって
Nope.
何なんですか。
Don't stand out. Literally don't fucking stand out, bro.
キュービといった王を持つ魔獣のことを指す。
キュービ。
美獣は莫大なチャクラの塊でな。それを軍事利用しようと各国が競っておった。
Jin Churiki.
利用ってそんなチャクラの塊を制御することができるんですか？
結果的には制御することは誰にもできなかった。
Well, Madara did kind of had control over the Nine Tails for at least a short time. Well, not Madara, but well, technically he did. And then Obito later on did. For a short time, though.
人はその力を人の手で
Madara and Obito.
しようとはしたのじゃ。美獣を人に封印することでな。
Jin Churiki.
そして美獣を封印されたもの、
Jin Churiki.
ガーラのようなものを
Jin
と
Churiki.
呼んだのじゃ。
ナルト。どうやればその美獣を取り出せる？
The thing I don't like about content creators these days is that all of them show their face on social media, bro. Too much.
瞬間的にでも
The type of content creator I like is the ones that don't show their face all the time and will like be off social media for at least like, I don't know, say 2 months or 3 months or whichever and just still be on YouTube.
だが
Like, I don't need to know your life decisions, life goals and stuff like that, bro. Just upload something and I'll be fine with it.
まさか。
そうじゃ。美獣を抜かれた人中力は死ぬ。
そんな。相変わらず心配性だな、さくらちゃん。大丈夫だって。ガーラ、俺が助けっから。私はナルト、あんたの。加賀先生、そろそろ行くってばよ。ナルト。
Well, that part too.
久々に彼と戦えて楽しかったですよ。
I have some people in my honestly, you know, let's see if I can make an example. An example is one of my cousins, for example. One of my cousins, literally, like, he uploads a lot. You see, I used to be like him, uploading a lot and stuff back then when I was like, when I first got on social media, bro. But then I asked myself, when I look at my previous photos and stuff, which I deleted, I always ask myself, why did I post this? Why did I post that? I just straight up delete, and I don't post anything after that. That's what my cousin does a lot more now. He's literally a younger version of me. He's not old, but he's like a younger version of me. Where he practically just like uploads every day constantly. He doesn't go a single day without uploading. So I mean, which I'm not gonna judge or anything like that. You do you. But like, I would rather not like be the type to stand out. You get what I'm saying? Like, here's the one thing I can definitely say about that, Fire, is that no matter how good that person looks or how handsome that person looks or whatever or anything like that, every human is still ugly regardless. It doesn't matter how you look. You could call somebody else ugly, but deep down, the person that's calling someone else ugly is also ugly inside too. You want to see? You want to hear a good example? Women are the most ones out there calling nerds like us, or probably like I'm not gonna say nerds like us. We're cool. We're cool on our own way too. But let's like be honest. You'd be one of those kids back in school who can't sit with the cool kids and shit because they think they're in a different league than you. But deep down, they're also ugly inside too. They were once like that. Most of these are women who be wearing too much makeup. I say women because women were the most ones sitting at the cool tables and shit, like flexing off their tits and stuff, bro. Wearing big ass lipstick, big ass makeup and shit, fake nails, fake toenails and shit, bro. Like fake hair too, man. Women be doing that shit, fake hair, not wigs. Wigs are a different thing, but fake hair. It's like nah, wigs are fake. And this is what I always said to my friends, bro. That's what I always said to my friends. Doesn't matter how beautiful a woman looks, bro. They still be ugly to me. Because here's why I say that. I know we were talking about a different thing, but the reason why I say women is because they're the most ones who think they're perfect in every way, bro. But that side of them is actually ugly. What makes you ugly, what makes a woman ugly, is the fact that if they wear makeup, hella makeup and stuff, you're ugly. That's all I'm gonna say. If you really cared about how you looked on the inside, you wouldn't be wearing makeup to look good for other people. You'd stay the way you are, like look the way you are, and not wear too much makeup just to show off and stuff. And that's one thing I hate. Women who wear too much makeup and try to look good and stuff, bro. If you wear makeup, you're ugly. That's all I'm gonna say. You wear makeup, you're ugly. This is why us guys are in a higher standard, because we don't put on all that extra shit. We don't put on all that extra shit to look good. We just put on drip and that's it. We're not trying to impress anybody. This is why us guys are in a different league than women. Damn, homeboy bought everything with this 100% save. And speaking of bullies, that's another thing. The reason why people bully is because deep down inside, they used to also face the same experience against other bullies too. They used to also face the same problems and have the same experience. Have the same experience that, kids are having now. They probably knew how it felt to be bullied back then. We're about to get to a boss battle soon, y'all. But after we get the traps down. No matter how we all look, no matter how cool we all look and stuff, every human is ugly on the inside. It's just how you see them on the outside that makes them so cool and stuff, or what they look like and stuff. But everyone is eventually ugly on the inside. And regardless of that, everybody grows old. So all of that beauty or coolness fades away. They don't last forever. So you can enjoy, like, being cool or handsome or in women's terms, beautiful and stuff like that. But everybody grows old eventually. So they'll lose all that. They'll lose everything they used to have and look back on things and be like, damn, I was such a dick back then. I was always acting cool and shit when deep down I was the most ugliest of them all. I don't think they would say that all the way though, but still.
なるほど。ならば。
1, 2, 3, 4.
見つけた。よし。札は俺たちに任せろ。すぐに解除してきてやる。
あ、頼む。よ
し、外班、青春フルパワーで行くぞ。
俺たちはガイたちから連絡があるまでこの場で待機だ。
目の前まで来たってのに。
Kakashi, why is that outsider? Here you go.
かしよ。なぜあの小僧は
Here you go, Chio asking a question. We can't forget the fact that Chio's a foreigner, that Chio literally hates foreigners from different villages.
あいつも人中力です。それも9尾を封印された。確かにナルトにとって砂隠れ自体には大した思い入れはないでしょう。しかしガーラ君はあいつと同じ人中力です。砂隠れにいるどんなものよりもナルトは彼の気持ちが分かってしまう。どの里においても人中力を見る目は冷たいものですからね。
Well, that's also another way of staying healthy and stuff like that. And that's fine. The only thing is that we all forget the fact that even if we stay healthy and stuff, that doesn't stop the aging process. Nothing stops you from how deformed your face is going to look. No matter what age you reach, like, I mean, the aging process literally starts somewhere around the 50s, or like, that's where it originally starts at. And then after that, bro, there's no going back. Your face gets deformed and stuff, and it starts turning straight into a skeleton. You could be healthy and reach a certain age, bro, but at the end of the day, you gotta go.
それは砂隠れを守るため、里のためを思ってのことじゃったが。結果として逆に里を苦しめ、他里の者にも迷惑をかけることになると。今思えば、わしのしたことは間違いばかりだったのかもしれん。
That's right. You got it.
いえ、まだまだこれからですよ。間違いを犯したのであれば、また正せばいいだけです。千代ばあ様は十分お若いですしね。
そうじゃな。老いぼれのわしにもまだできることがあるかもしれんの。まだできることが。
この先に札があるはずだ。
二組に分かれたのはいいけど、あの二人を組ませて大丈夫かな。
問題ないだろう。ああ見えてやるときはやるやつだ。
そうよね。
True.
今は俺たちのやるべきことをやるぞ。時間は限られている。
オッケー。
Live your life. That's all I can say.
あと1枚あるはずだ。急ぐぞ、テンテン。
Doesn't matter if I'm living my life doing nothing with it, bro. As long as I'm alive, it's good enough for me. As long as I'm alive, I'll find a way to survive. People always be like, oh man, you should go and explore the world and stuff. The whole world's a fucking battlefield, bro. People are dying. What's it matter? Be like, stop staying in your room all day and blah 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 blah. Like, I'm a no life, but nobody hears me bitching. I'm doing great. Just want to make proper money for myself. Wish rent wasn't so damn fucking high.
どうやら暁も仕掛けたトラップのようだな。そう簡単に結界を解かせる気はないらしい。
にしても、まさか私たちの偽物が出てくるなんてね。
どうした？おじけづいたか？
冗談。本物と偽物の違いってやつをしっかり教えてやるわ。ネジ、援護して。ここは私が行く。
いいだろう。
さあ、始めるわよ。
戦闘開始。
準備が整った。
That's because the mirror match we're having is against clones. Clones with traps set up by the Akatsuki. Just like in the anime.
本物とは天と地の実力差ね。よし、大勝利。あとはリーたちの方もうまくいけば結界が解けるわけね。
ああ、
頑張ってよね、二人とも。
この辺りにネジが言っていた札があるはずです。
I agree.
よし、猛烈ダッシュだ、リー。
Brace yourselves, yo. We got a boss battle coming soon. Sakura's time to shine. Not yet, but almost.
まずは1枚です。
次行くぞ。
これで終わりですね。
うん、
どうしました、ガイ先生。
予想通りだ。暁め、トラップを仕掛けていたようだな。
これは
That's true. There is technically a limit.
なるほど。札が外されてもトラップ。
It's best to never do any jokes or anything like that, especially towards, you know, people who are very serious about things and don't have time to joke around. They could be struggling right now and stuff, and they just don't have the time to chill. Or some who are pretty much living a carefree, good life, don't even have to worry about catching a joke every now and then.
展開なのでしょう。まさか自分自身と戦えるだなんて。ガイ先生、ここは僕に任せてください。
なんと素晴らしい気迫なんだ。もはやこの俺にお前は止められん。いいだろう。 俺は援護役に回る。その分思いっきり戦うがいいぞ。いいよ。
おっす、ありがとうございます。
さあ、お前の魂の炎を見せてくれ。
行きますよ。
Let's give him this hot-blooded punch. Wah! Can't believe they got rid of that combo in the later Storm games. Especially Shippuden. Honestly, bro, half of the cast were pushed to the side, bro, in Shippuden. Part 1, they only got their time because of the fact that they were, like, you know, just starting out in the series as ninja and stuff. But Shippuden now, I don't think Kishimoto could have kept up with everybody's pace and stuff. Not to mention the fact we had other characters to focus on as we got close to the war. I mean, we've already, for Lee got his time so many times, especially in part 1. Neji got his time too. Tencent did not because nobody gave a fuck about Tenten. Guy got his time too to the point where we saw Guy's backstory. Hinata definitely got her time only because of the fact that she's an important female character. Shino was pushed to the side because nobody cares about Shino, and Kiba was pushed to the side too. And Kiba, I guess Kishimoto did do some improvement on Kiba, but Kiba was only able to summon, bring out one Shadow Clone. He learned Shadow Clone Jutsu, but he was so bad at it, bro, that he could only produce one clone. Naruto, on the other hand, could produce a lot of clones, only because of the fact that he had the Nine Tails Chakra as well. But even without the Nine Tails Chakra, he could still produce more clones than Kiba. Just that Naruto's been used to the clone jutsu ever since he first used it. And yeah, Shikamaru went up to the top a lot. He became a very important character, and he was one of Kishimoto's favorite characters too. Now, Ino was pushed to the side as well, and Shoji too. Actually, Ino was actually pushed to the side. Not much special about Ino, to be honest. And Choji, on the other hand, in part 1, Choji was kind of wasted potential, to be honest. But and when we got the Sasuke retrieval arc, that's where he showed his awesome moment. Then in Shippuden, Choji didn't really get any of his moments not until the Ninja War, because they brought back the butterfly mode. Who else we got? Gaara, Tamari, and Kakuto were perfectly fine. They got upgrades so many times, bro. Gaara being one of Naruto's friends who he understands as well, since they're both in Judiki. And then Tamari being with Shikamaru and shit, she got so many upgrades too. Kakuto got an upgrade, but only one upgrade. 2 upgrades actually. One upgrade during the Sasuke retrieval arc with his new move and how he killed Sakon. And then another upgrade was when he got Sasori as a puppet. He redeemed himself and defeated Sasori after taking an L against him during the Kazekage during the Kazekage arc, the rescue Kazekage arc. I thumbled right there, bro. It was good to see Kankuro redeem himself and get his win back against Sasori. And he even took him as a puppet too and used him. Like he literally used him as a puppet in the war against himself. against Sasori. Literally against himself. His real body, that is, but I mean. Alright, so who else? I think I talked about everybody, yeah. We don't have to even mention Sakura and Sasuke because they're important characters as well. Very important characters, like one of the main characters too next to Naruto. He's definitely the one that barks the loudest. Since Sai was pretty much introduced in Shippuden, there's not much to say about Sai. Sai was introduced to be a piece of shit, a jerk, at first, and literally always badmouthed Sasuke. Because Sasuke was what he was. A traitor to the leaf, and was branded a traitor for a reason. But he would later on get character development upon seeing Naruto's bond with Sasuke. I wouldn't say Sai got an upgrade, but I would say that Sai did get character development and he changed a lot when meeting Naruto. And that's when he changed for the best. And at that point, I considered him part of the cast, in my opinion. When he was being a dick first, he wasn't part of the cast to me. He was just a dick. But when he became nice and everything and changed later on, he became part of the cast to me. Straight to the point where we would, you know, see Sai mature a lot as a character. Not only that, but in the Ninja War, we finally got to see, you know, backstory with Sai and Shin. Shin was basically like, you know, technically Sai's brother. And they both worked together in the Foundation, serving under Danzo. And that's when we got to see Sai's backstory and what kind of character Sai was back then, before his feelings changed as a ninja. See, you never judge a character you never judge a character on who they are unless you see their backstory and what made them that way. And Sai's backstory literally proved that. It's why Sai changed his feelings and stuff and became a ruthless bastard and being mean and just smiling like a dick. But his backstory during the Ninja War literally changed everybody's perspective of him. He became a loved character and stuff. Not to mention the fact he bagged Ino and then they got married and stuff. They had a kid and it's like... It's been a long time since I've seen my grandson's face. What's she gonna say? Time for our boss battle, people.
久方ぶりの対面だというに、随分な言い方じゃな。
とうに引退した身のあんたが、この俺にかなうと本気で思っているのか。
The saddest part was Sasori using the Kazekage's body.
その答えはわからん。
減らず口を。
減らず口かどうか試してみるか。
But Chio does use Sasori's parents as puppets. Well, technically, puppets made of Sasori's parents, but like, yeah. Fun fact though, Sasori is also the one who created Kankuro's puppets. Crow and the Black Ant, mind you. He created Kankuro's puppets. For those who don't know. Sasori is very famous. They call him Sorcery of the Red Sand. What's going on, Chris?
じゃあそれを脱ぎ捨てたってことは。
あやつめ、一気に型をつける気じゃ。
キルコも気に入っていたんだが、あんたとやるにはこっちの姿の方がいいだろう。なあ、千代ばあ様よ。
あれが本当の姿。
この姿を見せた以上、お前たちはもう終わりだ。
お前が重ねてきた罪は身内であるわしと、そしてこの二人で清算してくれる。
ああ、それか。
そうじゃ、お前が作った最初の傀儡。父と母じ
今さらそんなのでどうするつもりだ。手の内はバレバレだぜ。
ゃ。さっきも言ったがな。それはやってみなければわからぬ。
これ以上話をしても無駄だな。さっさとやるか。
気をつけろ、さくら。あやつの恐ろしさはクズだけではない。
Duel Monsters? Duel Masters? I've heard of it. That's the one with the main character, Shobu, I think, right? I used to have the Game Boy Advance game for that, too.
絶望をくれてやる。このとっておきでな。
Let's do this! A Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff? Which started first, Yu-Gi-Oh or Duel Masters, though? Before I reply to that. So there's a reason why I brought paper bombs. There's a reason why I bring paper bombs to the boss battles, because they help a lot. Especially, like, you know, if you want to get through it mad fast for annoying boss fights. As well as things like Yoshi. It's also the same reason I brought it against Kakashi. Yu-Gi-Oh started first? Okay, so then I won't say anything then. I was gonna say something, but never mind then. But yeah, I remember Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero. That's right. But for those who aren't familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero, they would think that Duel Masters started first, though. Only because Zero wasn't really on any English channels. Have a good sleep, Fire. Don't eat anything sweet before that blood test, bro. Otherwise, it's gonna mess things up. It's been a while since I've used myself.
自分を使うのはな。地獄の始まりだ。百鬼の総演、とくと見せてやる。行くぞ。
Oh yeah, we know. But most of the time when you joke around, it kind of makes it hard to believe that. But I'll take your word on it. Have a good sleep. People ask why I bring the paper bombs. That's why. This part I love, bro. Hold on. This part I love. Chia was doing work with one of them puppets, bro. Look at this work. Hook to 100 crack fist. Give it a sec. This part right here I like, bro. This man, this puppet right here was throwing, was throwing dukes. We'll see about that, Fire. We'll see about that. Have a good sleep.
Ah. どうしたさくら。
ようやく毒が回ったか。
やっぱり核に己を閉じ込めておったか。
どんなに小さな傷でも、そこに俺の毒が
I mean, honestly, I wasn't even thinking that, man. I was just fucking around, but.
苦しそうだな。おい。そのままにしておいても近いうちに朽ち果てるが。俺は優しいんでな。今すぐ、その苦しみから解放してやる。終わりだ。 まさかな。
最後に気を抜いたのサソリ。からくりの体はどんな攻撃にも耐えうる。じゃが核を攻撃されてはさすがのお前でもどうにもなるまい。さくら、これは
無駄だ。
It's funny because Chio was actually going to use the reanimation healing jutsu.
俺の毒がすでに全身を巡っている。もうそいつは助からない。
我慢しろ。すぐに終わる。
無駄なことを。今さら医療忍術を使っても遅いぜ。
今やっておるのは医療忍術ではない。己の
Yeah, just ignore his ass and go to sleep, bro. Just ignore his ass and go to sleep.
天性忍術じゃ。
Homeboy loves smoke.
天性忍術だと。
You get in the argument with him, you're gonna be in it for like the whole night, bro. Just sleep. Good night.
そもそもこれは親を亡くし親を区別とすることで寂しさを紛らわしていた。お前のために編み出した術。
It's 3:25 in the morning, bro. Let's not go too crazy tonight.
この術を使えば区別にすら命を
It's too bad he was only sleeping with puppets that he created out of his parents. That's just sad though. This part would still have me sad though.
大丈夫か、さくら。はい。
もう少し
If I remember correctly, Sasori's parents died in the war.
残りやがったか。大したガキだ。しかし、参ったな。これ
Actually, hold on, my bad.
始末するはずだったんだが。
That's right, Second Shinobi War. I was right.
予定が
But that's why Chio hated the White Fang. Because the White Fang, Kakashi's father, killed Sasori's parents. Wasn't just during the war, it was by Kakashi's parents. My bad. Kakashi's father, the White Fang Sakumo Hatake.
なんだお前。オロチマルのことを知っているのか。
Hey, likewise, brother. If you ever want to talk again, you know where to find me.
答えて。あいつはどこに？
But feel free to ignore this little knucklehead over here.
いいだろう。俺を倒した褒美だ。教えてやる。オロチマルに会いたいのなら、草隠れにある天地峡に行け。
天地橋？
Full Metal Alchemist? But you're a shorty to me, though. You're a shorty to me. Drink your milk and then I'll call you the Full Metal Alchemist.
俺のスパイがいる。そこでそいつと落ち合うことになってる。あとはお前ら次第。天性忍術か。くだらねえことを。くだらねえ。本当に。くだらねえ。サソリ。
Saito went to sleep too, man. Saito ain't here to do a roast match at the moment. And that is the end of Sorcery. On to Data now. Whatever is fine, man. I'm live every day. It does tend to get annoying. Although Data without the C4 and Clash Ninja Revolution 3 is far more annoying as a final boss. And we'll be dealing with this boss, well, technically his C4 in Sasuke's chapter. And there you go. Now you got me thinking about ribs, bro. I'm hungry. Trust me, Deidara will get his comeuppance. Sasuke will deal with him. Well, then again, I would say Deidara deals with himself. And kamikazes himself.
逃げたか。
His last resort, that is.
しかしよ。
ナルト、あいつの件はまた今度だ。今は桜たちの。
Although, my apologies, you guys. I never really do much night streams, so. Usually it's morning streams, but it's hard to pull off a night stream sometime. Based on my stamina, so. But this time I'm definitely. I can keep on going till like the morning, possibly. I've considered bringing back night streams, but I don't really know the right time to do them, so. True, Yu-Gi-Oh! Did last longer. It went on for a variety of series. Like, it went on to spawn a variety of different series, like GX, 5Ds, not to mention different timelines in different universes. For me in Rev 3, I just kept on using the down and A, where Naruto just goes underground and just like comes out with the claw of attacks and stuff. Like, thing is that using that move though sometimes is a problem because Deidara using his little clay on the ground and stuff kind of hits me as I hit up top. What I say? Oh, that's right. Sakura were also the people who did the same people who did the Beyblade Super Battle Tournament, which was really a good game. I couldn't save Sasuke. I trained like crazy. What do I think of Chio? Chio is actually another good written character by Kishimoto because of the fact that thing about Chio is that Chio hates foreigners from different villages for only one reason. It's because of the fact that a ninja from a different village killed Sasori's parents. And the person that killed Sasori's parents was Kakashi's father, Sakumo Hatake. Because of that, that's what developed her hate towards foreigners from different villages. But seeing the spark in Naruto and how he was willing to go through thick and bone just to save Gaara literally changed her. And that's when she entrusted the future not just to Gaara, but to Naruto as well. Technically, this forbidden jutsu was originally going to be used on Sakura, but she ended up saving it for Gaara.
わしの手の上にお前だからこそ助けずにはいられないんですよ。ナルトにとってガーラ君は同じ痛みを知る仲間ですから。くだらぬ年寄りどもが作ったこの忍びの世界にお前のようなやつが現れてくれて嬉しい。かつてわしのしてきたことは間違いばかりじゃった。しかし最後の最後になって正しいことがやっとできそうじゃ。砂と木の葉。これからの未来はわしらの時とは違ったものになろう。お前ならばこの忍びの世を大きく変えることができる。
That's true.
わしは
Naruto did say that he would take on his hatred someday. That he would take all of his hatred in someday. Well, technically get rid of all that hatred. He would take all that hatred and get rid of it. Only in Japan? I didn't know that. Because the only one I played was the GBA one.
ナルトよ、わしからの最後のお願いじゃ。お前はガーラの痛みを知ってやることができる唯一の存在じゃ。ガーラも
Naruto's ability alone was enough to make peace with all villages. I mean, the war was literally for that purpose as well too. It was for everyone to work together and to also bring peace to all villages, meaning that it could avoid wars and stuff. But it was Naruto's fighting that also stopped the war, that also ended the war. Technically Naruto and Sasuke. Sakura did something too, but it was mainly Naruto and Sasuke. 'Thumbnail screenshot. That's what it's gonna be for.
ナルト、
背はかけやがって。
なぜお前がここに。
俺だけじゃねえ。
これは
お前を助けるためにみんな走ってたんだってばよ。
Just to let you guys know, a couple minutes ago,
俺は
with Full Metal and Fire, those were just jokes.
ばあちゃんがすごい医療忍術で
No crazy bullshit or anything is like sweared or said. And nobody means what they say in this stream. We joke around.
また元気に。違う。ね、違うって何が？
Just thought I'd throw that out there, and I'm gonna continue.
医療忍術なんかじゃない。転生忍術。
But remember what I said, what I told Fire when even entertainment has its limits. What I was basically saying is that even jokes have a limit too.
どういうことだってばよ。
聞いたことがある。自分の命と引き換えに死んだ者すら生き返らせる術が砂隠れで開発されたってな。
じゃあ、ばあちゃんは
ナルト、千代ばあ様はお前とガーラに未来を託した。忍びらしい立派な最後だ。
うん。三代目のじいちゃんと同じだ。
そうだな。
ばあちゃんの思い、今ならはっきりわかるってばよ。
みんな、千代ばあ様に祈りを。
You know, there was actually more people than the amount of people we had there with Gaara. In the anime, they showed a lot more. They showed the whole Sand Village. Well, only the Sand Shinobi, of course. My bad. Naruto and them were supposed to be in a funeral outfit, technically, but I mean. Let me check out that gameplay. Hold on. Damn straight he is. Don't forget B. Because like Naruto, Gaara, and B are friends too. No lie though, I remember a little bit of how to play the Duel Monsters game for GBA, but I never really like understood how I was able to remember. Now I kind of forget now. And now we gotta do some extra missions and shit before we get onto the main story. You know how it is with this game. You already know how it is. Normally, I usually end my stream highlights after an hour, but you know, I kind of wanted to cover the whole chapter. So now I'm gonna go on to the next game. I have Storm Generations set and ready to go right after Storm 2 is done, by the way. How far did we